And as we rehabbed, I was looking for resources for him, but there weren't a lot for the caregiver in the way I was seeking. I wanted something for me to where I could just be Heather, to where I could take my caregiver hat off and just kind of be me, because I kept hearing over and over from all these caregivers, I don't know who I am anymore. I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself. And that just really struck me. So as I was looking, I found that gap for something that was just for the caregivers. And the No Barriers Caregiver Program is set up as a base camp to give caregivers deliberate time, space, tools, and resources to learn how to grieve and then get through their trauma, because that doesn't get recognized and it doesn't get dealt with. And then also just come to have fun, to find that joy again, and practice forgiveness, because without forgiveness, you can't start really true self-care or self-love.
As a No Barrier Caregiver retreat leader, my goal is to be able to make sure I change one person's life. In 2005, my husband broke his neck snowboarding, doing a routine backflip. From that moment, we had to relearn life. When I participated in the 2020 Moab caregiver trip, I remember getting in the car, driving 6 hours by myself, the mountains and the beautiful scenery go by, like how terrified I was to leave my husband, but knowing that I was going to a retreat with other people that will understand my anxiety, would truly get it. And it was magical seeing these ladies that you've never met in your life, but you know that they were gonna be your rope team. They were gonna be there to support you through the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we shared, we cried, we laughed. It really opened our eyes that we're not alone. We're not the only ones that are fighting the good fight.
My daughter was a senior in high school. All of her friends were coming to her birthday party, and she started to feel pain in her neck and tingling in her hands. So I took her to the hospital. By nightfall, she was completely intubated and on a ventilator. She completely lost her independence, and I suppose I did as well. The main thing that I'm seeking is time to refuel.
Well, my caregiver's journey really started about 10 or 11 years ago. And when I got a call one Monday morning from a pediatric neurologist at Phoenix Children's Hospital that said that my son's chromosome test had come back abnormal. Started a long journey of learning and education, and a lot of fear, a lot of emotional mental struggle. I didn't really know what I was getting into. To be on top of that mountain today, which is something I've done before, but it seems like in another lifetime.
I definitely think that I gained what I was seeking, which is refueling. I feel like my gas tank is full and I'm excited to go back home and be back with my family.
So I got out here and I started learning from these people, and it did. It brought me out of me, and when we went on the mountain, the drive up the mountains, I felt a light that I hadn't visited in a long, long time. It sparked something in me again.
I feel a connection with all of the other caregivers. I realized how isolated I felt. I thought that the exercises that were given in No Barriers were helpful, the deep breathing, the meditative exercises. I enjoyed the horses and the river rafting and things that I wouldn't typically do. I can't remember the last time I had a s'more, and so that was really fun to have a s'more around the campfire. And moving forward, I think I'll be more patient. I will recognize the need to make sure that my body's refueled physically, emotionally, spiritually.
I came out here thinking I was going hiking. I found out that there was a whole lot more going to be going on, and started to hear caregiver stories of a different nature.
And we see these deep transformations, people finding their laugh, people finding community so they don't feel alone anymore. That's what our No Barriers Caregiver Program is about. We shouldn't feel alone. We should have lots of resources. We should have a community, and that's what we're trying to build. It's not just just us. We want it to spread so caregivers don't feel alone anymore. And that's the basis of our program.